Hi, I hope to walk you through one of our very important assignments in IOTL. So let me share my screen here with you. We know that equity and accessibility at the moment of creation and design for our course is very important. And when we reach week 4, it is all about equity, equality to equity, and then accessibility. So we have a couple of assignments there. I'm going to focus on this one. When you reach the accessibility text header, please do click on this, read through everything. The links take you to some important guidelines that are not overwhelming. Here's the legal reasons we need to do this, outside of why we really genuinely want to help our students and what it means to you and your course. And so then if you could please go down to the far right and hit the next button. And then again, read all of this content and information on accessibility. View this very quick, it's what, 2-minute video on Canvas and accessibility. And please take a look at these do's and don'ts. All of these will definitely help you. We also have a rubric in your accessibility design challenge, where basically we're asking you to curate and edit a page that we're going to send you so that it's accessible. And so that will be sent to you. And then there's a how-to step-by-step, and then we'll include this video if it actually works. And then the 2-part process for answering the key. I'm mainly going to focus on the first part and then some resources there. All right, the rubric, please definitely follow the rubric. I'm going to hit next. So this part is just going to show you how you can share a page or content with yourself or with somebody else within the district. I haven't been able to send to myself at a different district. So for that, there's a different process. But if it's someone within your district, a way to share that is to go into the page, go to the top right-hand corner for the 3 more options icon, which is the 3 dots lined up, hit that button and then click on send to. So let's go ahead and send that to, I'm going to type my name. And I believe I'm the only one there at City College of San Francisco. And I'm going to send that to myself. All right. Next up, notice that on the top left-hand corner in my account profile, there's a little 1 that pops up. That means that it did go through. And so that's a good sign. All right, I'm going to go into now my course. This is the course where I want to receive that information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. Sometimes you don't have to do that, but it is a good idea because then it helps you find that information. So here I'm going to click on plus module or add module. I'm going to call this module accessibility homework, just because right now that's what pops into my head. I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom where I have that module. And I'm going to click on the more options, 3 dots on the right-hand side. I'm going to move the entire module up to the top. Why? It's just easier for me to be able to find it. It's going to be easier for your graders to be able to just go and pop in and there it is, right? So now that I have this as a placeholder, I'm going to go back into my user profile right here, and it can be the same course. The only reason I'm not doing it from right here is for the purposes of this video. It creates a little bit of an issue, my having to backspace into this and all of that. But I have a tab open already for this account. And as I click at the account profile here, I can see that it says shared content and there's a little number 1 in a circle next to it. So I'm going to click on that. And it tells me here that I have received content. I will go to the very first one on the right-hand side. Again, the more options dot, right? There, that icon shows me that I can preview this, and taking a look at it sometimes helps if I've been sending myself a lot of things, or I can import. In this case, I'm pretty certain that this IOTL 4.14 assignment is the correct one. So I'm going to go ahead and import that. And I'm going to go ahead and type AD You can type any of those. Normally, it's not a big deal. You probably don't have mountains of just courses here. So the IOTL, type in IOTL and your sandbox should appear. Remember, you need to place this in the sandbox where you have all of your work that you're creating for this summer, right? Because in that way, the facilitators can jump in and take a look at that. In this case, I don't have one of those IOTL sandboxes, so I'm going to put it in one of my older ones. And after selecting what course it should go in, I'm going to select the module. Now, if you recall, I created a module called Accessibility Homework, and that's where I'm going to place it because it'll just make it a lot simpler. And then I'm going to click on the import button. It tells me import started successfully. Later, if you try to do this, if you are sending yourself a lot of content or heavy content, it might take a little bit longer. If it's a one page like this, it doesn't take that long. So I'm going to go ahead and close this here. I'm going to go back to my course here, and then I'm going to refresh my browser. All right, and there we have it. So my accessibility homework module, which I left as a placeholder, now is populated with the IOTL 4.14 assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and click that open. I will edit this, make it accessible. You'll notice that it is not accessible, right? I'll make all of this accessible, and then I'm going to save that. I'm not sure if you have to publish it or not. You can publish it if you want. And then later on, if you have to share the web address or the URL, you would go up to this top browser here. Chrome works best. Just test it out, right? If you're using something like Internet Explorer and it's not working, it might be a browser issue. So I'm going to copy this. And this is the link that then I'm going to share in the assignment. So the assignment's actually going to have a start submit, and that's where you're going to click on that, because then for the facilitators, when we go into SpeedGrader, we will have it right there, the link, right? So submit it as a URL link, and then we can click on that, and then we're off, and we can go ahead and give you some feedback. Please, again, do read the instructions for this assignment very carefully. It's a two-parter, and so just make sure that you are following everything that you need to follow here in terms of the editing and the uploading. And it asks for you to submit the URL website. So please select that and then paste that URL. And then take a look also at, pardon me, the rubric, because it can really help. All right, I tried to make this as short as possible. I hope it helps. And again, there's a walkthrough right there in the instructions that can help you tremendously. Can't wait to see how you've edited that page. Take care. Bye.